is what it is, man. George Pickens gets traded, man. The Steelers gave up a third round to get DK. They get it back. They get a third round next year. Fifth round in 2027, and a late round pick swap. I believe that was in this most recent draft. How do you feel about this? Like George Pickens to Dallas? I think this is two-sided. I want to. What are your opinions? How do you feel about it?
Honestly,
And don't go calling me a George Pickens hater either, though. Don't go calling me a George Pickens hater.
honestly though, thinking about it right now, first thing that come to mind, unless Baltimore didn't have what the Steelers possibly were looking for, or just the fact that we're not going to trade to the AFC North, I wouldn't mind seeing George Pickens in Baltimore. I think
But
that
it's
would
probably that. It was probably that. They understand he's a talented receiver, and I ain't
add
just
that
sending
to
him
Lamar,
anywhere.
boy. We ain't never gonna win again. But
Yeah, I ain't just
honestly,
sending him nowhere.
honestly, for the price that Dallas paid, I think Dallas got to steal, man. Because unless the Steelers, there's no way the Steelers, in my mind, with the draft picks that they have right now, they're gonna be able to go ahead and draft a receiver the next
I
two
got a
years.
question for you though. I got a question though for you though.
Mm-hmm.
If I just got, if I just got DK Metcalf for a third round draft pick, and I can get a third and a fifth for George Pickens, who's been more productive?
DK.
What do we? Wait, with George, I'm betting on potential. DK went out there and given the Seahawks 1,000 yards. He's put up the touchdowns. He's put up the numbers. Like you're betting, and essentially, I think if anything, I think the Steelers played their cards pretty well because you got your third round draft pick back. Like, and then, yes, for next year. I mean, I don't think they played their cards well from the standpoint of they ain't got no quarterback, but you essentially traded George Pickens for DK Metcalf and you got a fifth round draft pick. I'll do that. You telling me I give up George Pickens and I get DK Metcalf in the fifth round?
I understand that, but then at that point, what's the plan for the future? Because you got DK now, like you
Nigga,
said.
they clearly don't have no plan for the future. But they clearly don't have no plan for the. Who is their quarterback? Like,
But this is my whole thing though, bro. I understand the move. Like you definitely got your value back in the sense of looking at them towards a potential standpoint and getting your draft picks. 100%.
if I'm gonna be,
But
go
then
ahead.
going to win this year, what do you have on offense that's going to help you win this year?
I can say the same thing for the Cowboys. I think if anything, congratulations, Cowboys, you played yourself. You still can't run the ball. You still can't stop the run. What are we doing? Congratulations, you played yourself. What are we talking about? And no way did your team did not get better in a way to where they can win games. Like they've been able to throw the football. Throwing the football isn't a problem. Yes, you have a good number two. You have a great number two receiver. Like you're starting, you have a Devontae Smith, AJ Brown type receiving room, and it's like, okay, I understand and I get it, but we know that this game, as we were just talking about, game comes down to running the football and playing defense. They still can't run the ball, and they damn sure can't stop the run.
I mean,
just because you signed Micah to that contract, what are we talking about, bro? Yes, you got the deal done. Yes, yes, kudos. Yes, y'all needed to get that done because we know how BS Jerry Jones be. But guess what Micah Parsons don't do? Stop the run. Mike, you run at Micah Parsons. Like,
I feel that
like,
100%.
bro.
Now this is gonna be the only time too that I'm ever gonna defend these Cowboys, like you said, because they sorry ass been had a chance.
Sorry ass.
Now to the points that the Cowboys did make in the draft too, though they also would have got Tyler Booker.
Yeah,
one of your boys.
They always have a good offensive line, though. They always have a good offensive line.
They went ahead and picked up 2 D tackles, got another edge. They got 2 running backs. We talked about Jaden Blue before. That man, I don't think he even got to play last season because he tore his ACL in fall camp for Texas last year. But then, you know who else they got? That motherfucker, Bill Musafa.
Yeah.
So they're re-upping to go ahead and address these issues. Now, the only thing is, because this is the Cowboys, where's the execution going to come in?
I mean, that too, though. But you're talking about two unproven running backs.
You think Musafa's unproven?
Bro, Phil Maffa, bro, Bro, Phil Maffa, bro. There's a reason why Phil Maffa was a 7th-round draft pick.
But they run an air raid at Clemson.
I understand, but no, Phil Maffa was still a good back. Like in college, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Phil Maffa was still a really good running back at Clemson. But there's a reason why he went where he went in the 7th round. And also what we said, if people weren't being evaluated, we understand like the running back position really slid in this draft further than I thought they were going to. But
because Scottaboo dropped, and even DJ Giddens from Kansas State, I think he should have been at the lowest, like the 4th running back off the board.
But Chris, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Phil Maffa is not. He played well at Clemson, and I like Phil Maffa at Clemson. But you got a new head coach. You're talking 2 new running backs. Yes, they drafted defensive linemen. Yes, I think they had a pretty good draft. The Cowboys had a pretty good draft.
Yeah.
But it's all
Tackle,
unproven.
linebacker.
It's all unproven. Man, they need that linebacker. They need that. Their spine of their defense, linebackers and safety, like their safeties aren't terrible. They're decent. But their linebackers, the only noticeable linebacker you could have talked about for the Cowboys in the past, I don't know, 3-4 years is like, what's his name? Leighton Vander Esch. And like he was pretty good, yeah. But like he's not even there no more.
What's bro for Notre Dame? They traded him away. That was really bad. That's where it started going downhill too. I think with Jaden Smith, that linebacker.
Yeah.
From Notre Dame.
I know who you're talking. I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
His last name was Smith. That man in college, before he got hurt, he was looking like the next closest thing we got had Fred Warner. Because that boy went field sideline 2 sides.
But that's what'd you just say? What happened to him?
Got hurt.
All right, so that's what I'm saying when I talk about Jaden Blue. That's what I'm saying when I talk about. I mean, I don't know if Phil Maffa got hurt, but Phil Maffa, like, I don't know. I just say that there's a reason why he went in the 7th round, and I didn't see as much like pass catching. Granted, I didn't watch many Clemson games. I didn't even know. I'm not gonna say I didn't know. I did not think Clemson was even going to be in the ACC championship. And Miami dropped 2 games, and then all of a sudden they in there playing SMU, whatever. But like, just I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I get it, but I don't know, bro. I don't think the Cowboys. They still 3rd in the division.
100%. Because they got y'all out of nowhere, and then the Eagles.
The Washington ain't playing with them boys this year. We not playing with them boys this year. Hey, look.
Prediction. Matter of fact, go ahead, drop your prediction. What's your record against our conference this year?
In conference? Oh well, we probably gonna get 2 again. We probably gonna get. I mean, that's what I meant in the division. We probably gonna get 2 against the Giants. Like everybody probably gonna get 2 against the Giants. Like we, like Russ ain't changing nothing out there. Like I think the Giants had a pretty well. Like we've talked about. I think everybody had a pretty well drafted pretty well this year. Like I don't think anybody had
drafted their needs for sure.
Yeah, I don't think people had a bad draft. But I feel like we can get 2 against the Giants. We'll probably split with the Eagles. We might split with the Cowboys. So I say we 4-2.
But say playing Dallas, you go down to Dallas. Hey man, that's a game in itself. You already playing one team. Well, no, you playing 2 teams really.
Ain't nobody.
I ain't worried about the Cowboys either. I'm saying the second team is the black and white.
What you mean?
The black and white, the referees, my G.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know how that get down? It don't matter who down there, boy. You got 2 teams to play every week.
Out in Jerry's world, yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. We gonna handle it. We gonna do what we gotta do this year.
I think George Pickens was definitely for Dallas a good pickup with something they godly needed. Because outside of CeeDee
badly.
Lamb, who did they still got? What's his face? Jake Ferguson down there.
I don't know. I think so. Hey, though, let's talk about their receiving core because you cannot. What happened to Brandon Cooks, bro? When bro was in Houston. But when bro was in Houston, Brandon Cooks was that nigga. Like Brandon Cooks was that boy.
The Saints too, my G. Like
yeah, Brandon Cooks was that boy. What happened when he got to Dallas? Brandon Cooks was that boy. Like you was not going.
He might have got hurt there, but I don't really think he got hurt.
I don't remember, and that I could have missed that. But Brandon Cooks was that boy. Like
one of the. He looked like Randall Cobb.
Yeah, for real.
Like just getting that production, making it happen, winning routes, getting separation. And it's crazy to me. He's one of those guys I look at low key. Older he get, damn near getting better.
Yeah.
And not even just understanding the game, but production. Like he's just producing more and more. And then they have who? Turpin?
Yeah, Kevontae Turpin. He's more of a
Outside of
return, like utility type guy. He getting your jet sweeps or whatever.
But outside of that, I don't know who else to name.
You can't. Like
which is crazy.
they got a whole bunch of like Stephen A. say, they got a whole bunch of niggas named Jalen out there playing receiver that they ain't got that ain't done nothing.
Jalen's crazy.
Got a whole bunch of Jalen's out there that ain't done shit in the league. Man.
That's why you got to do what you got to do. When there's George Pickens or somebody upon that level, go ahead and grab him.
I mean, or you can be like Carolina and go and draft somebody like Jimmy Horn, man.
Colorado, these would have been brilliant too.
These but I think the receiving core, like I think the receiving room, I think a lot of players are slipped in this draft, and for some reason or another, teams didn't find the value in getting these guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, this could be a class that makes these people pay. I hope it is. I truly hope it is.
Bro, it's a deep class. It's a deep class. I'm talking talented.
Even Siobhan Revel is at the Cowboys. Will Johnson, they said sit down. Like,
what's his name, bro? They secondary. They're corners at least. Like, cause Siobhan, he can play inside and out. And when you already got Deron Bland and you got what's his name?
You gotta have a healthy Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, and it's like that's so crazy that Nick took Trayvon and moved him from receiver to DB, and now Trayvon. But that's where you see those ball skills. He has the ball skills, but
it's just technique.
That motherfucker will jump a route. He will jump a route, and that'll get him burnt. That gets him burnt though. That boy be getting toasted sometimes. Roasted and toasted.
Just biting, man. Just trying to playing a bit off instinct.
But I feel like as a receiver, you should know that though. Like especially when you have an aggressive corner. Like it is what it is, man.
He's younger to his DB playing. DB
yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, that's fair too. That's real too. But like we were saying, man,